So one of the students in the country wrote an article. And it's really amazing, honestly, about how they feel that the theme is very out of touch with everything that's necessarily more important for us, let's say, in our context as medical students in Kenya. Because currently, and I like how you shared about how doctors are the most trustworthy voices and are able to advocate for changes in policy. Even right now, as we speak, health system, uh, I don't know if you're seeing some people here also nodding, but has been going through a lot of stressors, and not necessarily climate stressors, although that's definitely there, but just also in terms of our insurance, national insurance system, even the payment of these future doctors who are here, and even just the general leadership, whether it's at the national or even the county levels. So the person who wrote the article was just wondering, why should we be discussing climate change when we have all these other issues that we're contending with? So that's my question to you. Why this is also an area of importance. And then anyone who has a question, maybe I can bring the mic to you. And then as Dr. Shweta addresses that first question. Anyone?
It's a very important question. And we live in
me. Okay, thank you so much for that passionate response. We'll even share that article with you because it's good for us to debate. I was actually very happy that somebody was like, "Why did you guys choose that for the theme? That doesn't make any sense considering what's been happening, since before 2027." I don't want to politicize this discussion, but I also wanted to share, maybe even in these discussions and even feedback to distinguishable organizations like the Global Climate and Health Alliance, maybe even like the COP, the UNFCCC, all of the organizations that are helping countries at national and local levels to take action in this. The feedback that maybe that is there is um, having data, which, because I think having data which really speaks to each of the contexts. Because, like, for instance, there's a really brilliant medical student from Moi Bonventure who did research on how the knowledge and attitudes, I think it was a CAP study on understanding if health workers know that they may be facing more cases of malaria or such a tropical illness in areas where you might not otherwise find them. Like, let's say those of us in the highlands, that's not really a disease profile that the health system there would be dealing with. But because now, even in Nairobi, I think when I was young, I used to wear socks to go to bed. Right now, I don't even need a blanket. So even seeing the disease patient profiles changing, I think the point that you made that's really strong, Madam Shweta, was that at the end of the day, there's still a burden of disease or of morbidity and mortality that is being caused by climate. Currently, we can't enumerate this to say that 30% of this disease is happening because of climate. And maybe that means that we should have more data from international bodies going to the local entities.
So I wanted to start off by thanking you for that nice presentation. And I have two questions. The first one is, do you have specific examples of healthcare students contributing to improvement or to this okay to progress in global climate change? Yeah. And the second one is, how do we how can healthcare students encourage their colleagues to make efforts in improving global climate change if it if it feels because it feels right now like we are in a world that does not want to listen to young people. Thank you.
And then before that question is addressed, so he's the outgoing National Officer for Medical Education. Let me correct myself. We had elections yesterday. So now for the National Officer for Public Health elect 2025-2026, Andrew Otieno has a question.
Yes, can you hear me? Yeah, thank you, Ms. Shweta, for your nice presentation. I really appreciate that. So, yeah, just as been asked by my fella here, like, we medical students, like, we need some kind of not orientation, like experience, like former students who have done this before, so that we can follow through. So, if you can give us an example on the same, we really appreciate. Then, give us other ways on how we can do it practically in Kenya, on how we are going to ensure that we maintain the stability of our climate. Thank you.
Thank you for your question. Very
Hello, sorry. Yes, thank you. I don't think you could hear the applause. But we applaud you and we thank you for your time and for sharing your expertise. So, without further ado, that's the end of the first session of the day. So we're going to release the delegates for a break. Yeah, we wish you a wonderful day, and may we continue to strive in creating more awareness around the intersection between climate health and climate change and health. Thank you.